Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. As you can probably tell, I'm not at home right now. I'm at my girlfriend's place, so you may see a cat stumble past at some point during the video, but nevertheless, let's not get too distracted. Today we've got a rags to riches story for you. We're playing on Korea right now, and we're following the tale of a young man, a young Korean man, maybe an old Korean man, maybe a Korean woman, we don't really know, who is summoning it in the depths of Bronze 5 right now. But it's not by choice, of course. This person, this Jarvan that we're looking at right now, is actually in their 10th placement game in League of Legends right now. So we don't really know where they've been placed yet. However, what we do have is their previous 9 ranked games, which are, as you can clearly see when I put on the screen, all tragic, horrible losses. Alongside this as well, every single other person in this game is at the very least Bronze 4, but I think out of every person in the game, 8 of them are Bronze 5, 1 is Bronze 4, and 1 is unranked. So that's pretty much all we have to work with right now. So after this game, I'm not gonna keep you on edge because this I guess isn't technically a Bronze Spectates because not everybody in it's Bronze, but we will update you at the end of the video to see. We're watching this like live, so we will see what placement this person gets and how far through the game that they, where they get placed. Hopefully, I'm gonna assume it's Bronze considering every other person in this game is Bronze. So yeah, generally speaking, we're gonna be keeping an eye on Jarvan for a lot of this game, but that doesn't mean that we won't be keeping an eye on the rest of the team as well. So bot lane we got Thresh going in, hitting the death sentence onto that Ashe. The ignite going down from Thresh as well. She heals, but obviously she's got healing reduction off that ignite. First blood going out onto Ezreal. He takes 1 turret hit, but it isn't too particularly crazy. Now honestly, Malphite and Ashe bot lane, alright? I know it might not inherently be the worst thing in the world. I know probably a lot of people play it or like it. They like playing it. Bit of a pocket pick, you could say. But there's no real doubt that both Ashe and Malphite are really going to struggle. At least until they hit 6. I'm expecting a big struggle of an early game. But yeah, just a quick thing as well, guys. If you are interested in sending in your replays, RossBoomsocks@gmail.com is the email address. Also, it's kind of a struggle because there's a lot of patches coming out right now. And every single time, I don't know if you know this, but every single time that a patch comes out, it makes the previous patch's replays pretty much obsolete and I can't use them, which is a lot of fun. Makes it really difficult for me, but if you just keep sending me in those replays, I'm bound to have something to do this. And if you do love the series, then dropping a like, supporting it, and all that kind of stuff would be fantastic as well. But nevertheless, top lane, Graves coming in on that Jax with the Nasus. The Wither goes down on the Jax. There's going to be pretty much no way of this dude escaping. He's not even going to bother popping flash or trying to ward Q there. I don't think there would be any escape from that one, especially from the Wither. But yeah, good stuff. How's our buddy doing in the jungle? He seems to be like buffering a little bit in the jungle there. I don't quite know what he was doing there. He's just having a little chill. He's still chilling. I don't quite know what he's doing. He's warded it. He's warded his boy buff. He's finally taking Gromp. Okay, so we're making some progress right now onto that Gromp. Don't know if Graves is going to bother trying to counter jungle. I don't think he is. He was just taking Scuttle Crab and he's going to go back into his own one. Maybe Jarvan was typing. I don't really know. But I mean, I am rooting for this guy. Like, I don't normally usually pick sides. I kind of try and look at it objectively when I do the Bronze Spectates, you know, because unless it's like one of my subscribers that happens to have sent in, and then I tend to root for the subscriber side over the other one. But at the same time, I try and keep as like objective as possible so that I don't pick favorites. But I'm kind of picking favorites for this Jarvan. He's lost 9 of his 10 placement games so far, and I'd really like him to win. Dropping the swag flag onto that Nasus, the leap and the counter strike coming down, stunning the Nasus. Absolutely no hope of getting out there. That's another kill getting picked up for both sides. Jax finally coming back into the game a little bit there. His MMR does say that he's likely to be placed at Bronze 4, but I'm not 100% certain on that one, to be honest. We actually saw a kill, a pickup bot lane for red side as well there, which is a little bit... I wasn't expecting the red side to get a pick up here, so I guess Ashe, she maybe took a little bit too much tower damage there. And Malphite's just running up to him, slapping the ever-loving shit out of him. Ashe was really low, so it must have just been a really bad trade. A couple of death sentences or flayed miss as well. Ashe is still going in. Thresh isn't really interested in backing. He's got a little bit of health as well, though, so he's probably not tremendously scared unless he takes a bunch of Ashe arrows and volleys to the face. But Malphite, he's got a tiny mana pool, which will eat less than 400 mana at his level currently. And all the Malphite spells eat up mana like there's no fucking tomorrow. So there's absolutely no way he's going to be able to do anything against that Thresh as well. Thresh actually not even backing out, going into the Ashe, trying to get the flea down there as well. He's probably going to try and death sentence, but Ashe is trying to fucking juke skill this bitch. Doesn't matter, death sentence does land. He's not going in with a Q though. The Ignite does go down though, and Thresh is probably not going to get the kill. The last tick of Ignite, leaving her on less than 10 fucking HP. But that is an Ignite wasted. Ezreal finally getting back in the lane there. Malphite, no idea what the fuck is going on. Everybody a little bit fucking confused, but still that happened. Nevertheless. Alright, so we've seen like a little bit of action going out here. Justice Punch going on to Katarina as well. With the Q from Galio dropping down onto Katarina. Katarina having to flash away. Jarvan coming in with a swag flag as well. Almost dropping that Katarina. She is incredibly low. She's probably going to want to back off there as well. Thankfully, Graves was there to help pick up the pieces of her fucking shattered life there that almost happened. Alright, we got Jarvan walking into the back of this lane, dropping the swag flag on top of that Katarina. That's going to be a mid-kill pickup for Galio there as well. This Jarvan, I mean, it's like, what? It's 7 minutes into the game. This man has got his fucking sweatband on, dude. He's trying his damn hardest. Honestly, who wouldn't? If you're 0-9 in your placement games, I mean, would you try hard or would you just give up and just do the last game just so you get the rank? That's the real question that you probably want to ask yourself. What kind of person are you? Well, we know what kind of person this fucking Jarvan is. Bot lane, they have just hit 6, at least Malphite has. Ashe hasn't hit 6 yet, but I'm expecting a wombo combo eventually. Top lane, Nass is going pretty hard on the Jax, although he's running around in circles. He's not really... Jax might actually be able to... Oh, no, the ulti drops. Okay, I was like, Jax might be able to turn this one, but the ulti from Nasus pops up, and he pretty much obliterates that boy. I was expecting Jax to maybe get the turnaround because Nasus seemed to be like just not going for anything there at all. Nevertheless, Jarvan comes in. Jarvan has absolutely no mana as well on top lane. Neither does Nasus, so this isn't really a fight that either of them want to be taken at all. I want to keep an eye on bot lane though. I'm thinking that there's a very high likelihood of something happening, whether that be a kill or a fight, but they've just hit 6. Bot lane have both hit 6 on blue side, so I'm expecting a kill to come out here. Now, he misses the play, he misses the death sentence. The unstoppable force does go down onto Ezreal and onto Thresh. That was a really nice ulti. The exhaust going onto Ezreal as well. They have the advantage here, but Ashe isn't level 6, so she doesn't have the crystalline arrow to actually do anything and follow up with some chain CC. She gets ignited by Thresh. She's dropping the heal, but she manages to get killed by the Thresh after what was a really, really good fight. Malphite just kind of backed off and she tanked a little bit too much in terms of mystic shots and just in terms of like overall all attacks from Thresh and Ezreal. Oh, maybe wait until 6. If she waited till 6, if Malphite waited till 6, that could have been like a sick fight. Bad timing for Malphite there, I think. BG. 0-2 Ashe now. She's actually only 16 CS behind though. She's not actually doing too bad in terms of CS. All play for her though. Jax seems like incredibly squishy though. Like Nasus seems like overly tanky as well. He's got a Glacial Shroud and a Kindle Gem. He's dropping that all the way down onto the Jax. Just fucking beasting him. His Qs aren't doing a whole lot of damage, it would appear, because he's actually, Nasus is actually maxing Wither second, which is interesting. Okay, yeah, okay, he picks up the kill, but he's maxing Wither second. I can safely say I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Alright, so we're back up in top lane right now. Jax has been taking a bit of an ass pounding this entire fucking lane, let's be honest. But actually, Nasus is kind of playing a little bit weird, man. He didn't really go balls to the walls. A couple of Vortex probably would have finished off that Jax. Jax has picked himself up a Shin though. He's got a Glacial Shroud as well. And he actually managed to turn that lane around. So this might not actually be the curb stomp that I thought it might potentially be. But who fucking knows at this point? It could go either way. Jax actually might be able to take that tower as well. Graves is kind of coming in for it, but I think he might be a little bit too late. Jax is also really, really low as well, so this could be a free pickup for Graves. If he plays his cards right, Jax actually going balls deep on the Graves as well there. Thankfully, the collateral damage probably being the clincher as to him picking up a kill. If he didn't get that collateral damage off, I think that Jax probably could have bursted down, actually. Probably could have killed him. The amount of damage that he did in the short space of time that he was actually alive was quite a lot, but Graves is pretty squishy early game anyway, so it's unsurprising that a fucking Jax with a Sheen, he did a little bit of damage. Wow, what a surprise. There's been like a very distinct lack of wombo combos in bot lane though, like to the point where I'm actually kind of disappointed. I mean, like Malphite and Ashe you'd think would be like, they would coordinate their ultis, things would be good, but there really has been absolutely fucking nothing. Right, okay, Death Sentence line onto Malphite, sorry. The box going down, Ignite going down as well. They are actually shredding that Malphite. I thought that they would actually have some trouble with him. He's only actually got himself a Target's Brace and a Sightstone, but he seemed like deceptively tanky, but they just kind of fucking melted the shit out of him. Galio going toe-to-toe with that Graves as well, though. However, Katarina is moving in, as well as that Ezreal and Thresher coming down, dropping the lantern to maybe help that Galio get the hell out. The Death Lotus does go down from Katarina, but it actually doesn't really do any damage whatsoever to that Galio. Ashe kind of comes in, drops the volley, and pieces the fuck out because she's far too frightened to actually do anything. Ashe backing off. Graves backing off as well. Graves in some deep shit, actually. Jarvan going over the wall with a swag flag. I don't think he's going to be able to get anything here. Katarina is far beyond the boundaries of the base. She's safe in that shit unless Jarvan wants to fucking flash and go for that shit, which he can't do, unfortunately, as much as I'm sure he wants to because he doesn't have flash up. But yeah, a lot of shit just happened there. Surprisingly, no kills as well. Katarina just kind of gave up on the Galio. What's he got? He's got a Rod of Ages. That's pretty much it. That's enough to deter a Katarina. Wow. Maybe I'll start buying lots and lots of Rod of Ages now. Right, Ashe doesn't have the ability up. Unstoppable Force is up from Malphite, though. That Thresh is seriously low. There is serious potential in that bot lane right now. If Malphite just man modes it, I'm not even going to pretend that he'll get out alive, but who knows, really, in all honesty. Who really knows? Right, teleport coming down. Galio actually teleporting behind the Malphite and the Ashe. The Unstoppable Force going down. I don't know what it is about these games, but they always seem to stray into ARAM territory pretty often, pretty early on. So we're 17 minutes into the game. Katarina picking up a kill onto that Thresh there. I don't really know if there's a whole lot going to be happening there. They're a man down, so both sides might actually back themselves off. And maybe reassess the situation. Goodbye, Charlie. Thank you for your presence. I appreciate that one. Ezreal picking up the kill on Ashe there. Sorry for missing about that action. I did have a cat on my lap there as well, though. Ezreal dropping really low. It's not going to be enough to get away, though, even with the Arcane Shift. He's going to get picked up. However, Katarina does get picked up by the Jarvan. The Cataclysm coming in from Jarvan as well onto the Nasus. But Nasus just going to hit him with a motherfucking cane. Drop him. That was, what, a 2 for 2? Actually, no, 2 for 3 in favor of Red side. So that really wasn't a bad thing at all. Jax, however, still pushing top lane, split pushing like a beast. He's only done a little bit of damage to the tower. Nasa's trying to pick up the pieces a little bit here. He's actually hitting for a decent amount of damage, maybe with a little bit of the sustain that he has on his passive. He might be able to sustain this lane, just hitting waves as well. But Jax is definitely putting a considerable amount of pressure down here. With that, bot lane can maybe get taken. Should maybe go for a dragon since he hasn't got TP up. I mean, Jax doesn't have TP, he went for Ignite, but still, there's enough pressure on that top side. We have 3 red members in top side trying to take care of this Jax. It would be a very smart decision if blue side decided to go for a dragon right now, because it's Inferno, pretty important as well, pretty decent early game, especially if you're skirmishing and doing ARAM bullshit like bronze players tend to fucking do. Is Jax gonna get picked up though? That is the real question. He's trying his hardest. He may try and jump a wall. You could fucking you could literally ward over that wall that you just jumped. I was about to say Jax can just ward here and jump it, but instead he warded on this side of the wall for whatever reason and then ran all the way around and died anyway. So unlucky. However, at least both sides have taken it upon themselves to do the dragon. That's pretty much going to be uncontested. Thresh taking a little bit of damage there. He may actually end up falling. The Unstoppable Force does land onto that Thresh, picking him up as well though. But still, Jarvan is on top of that Ashe. The Crystalline Arrow does land. Both of them are really low. The Q manages to land onto that Ashe, picking that kill up for Jarvan. However, the Galio is coming down as well. So even despite the fact that Red side are trying to collapse onto that Jarvan, they may be a little bit... He may be able to get out actually. Although Graves is coming down. He hits a blast go and he gets fucking sent into space by Jarvan there. The disrespect. Flag swag, fucking swag flag bullshit there, knocking him up twice with the blast going as well. That's going to be Katarina picked up as well for both side. That was 3 for 0. No, 3 for 0, yeah. For, actually, no, 3 for 1, I guess, because Jax died. So we're going to consider Jax into this as well. So Jax, pressure top. I mean, honestly, his pressure didn't really make too much of a difference considering the fact that fucking, they just moved towards Dragon the second he died anyway. But still, they got a kill, and it was 3 for 1 for both side there. So decent amount of goal getting picked up there. That's pushed their goal lead ahead by about 3k. Now Jackson Thresher tussling with that Nasus. Doesn't seem likely that he's actually going to be able to take out the Jax, so Jax doing a decent amount of damage. Actually came pretty close to taking out the Jax, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be another kill picked up for Blue's side. Now Jax is 2-6, which is fucking ridiculous. He's got a fucking Iceborne Gauntlet, but he's, I mean, he's still Jax, I guess. He's going for what can I can only imagine it's either a Frozen Mallet or a Sterix Gauge next. I'm gonna say that he goes for a Sterix Gauge purely because he already has the Iceborne Gauntlet. But at this point, I'm not gonna say anything. He actually still does a fuckload of damage, man. He just like burst the shit out of that Graves. I mean, Graves, he's got like a Zeal. Has he finished his? I think he's got Warrior enchant on his thingy as well. I don't know if he's finished it. I can't really see properly. I believe he's finished his Skirmisher's Blade, but man, they're sending the boys top lane right now. Katarina coming in on that Jax as well. Counter-Strike going down, Ignite as well. Jax still fucking trying to beast mode, actually picking up the kill onto Katarina, but trading 1-for-1 with the cat as well. Absolutely, positively not worth it for red side in any capacity, because blue side are now pushing these towers down. They've just gotten the mid tower. They're just about to get that bot tower. Jarvan coming in with a swag flag, dropping that fucking Cataclysm on top of Ashe. Take the tower! The tower! I literally just tried to ping there. I'm not even fucking kidding. I tried to ping that. Take the tower. If you take the tower, Jarvan wouldn't have died. They still get it nevertheless. They still pick up Malphite. They still got Ashe. But Jesus Christ, dude. If Jarvan swag flagged in, dropped the Cataclysm, and then smacked the tower and Thresh hit the tower, they could have knocked up Ashe. They could have, like, held her in that Cataclysm, but also they would have gotten rid of the tower, which would have completely eliminated basically the only threat that was sitting bot lane. Because Malphite isn't a threat, right? The Malphite is 3-3. He's going for Frozen Gauntlet as well, but he's not going to be an issue. He's not going to do really any damage whatsoever. Yeah, he's going to be a pain in the ass. He's going to have Unstoppable Force, but in terms of like sheer damage output, he's going to be far lower than even Thresh. And Ashe, I mean, Christ, she's 2-6 right now. She's not having the best game of her life. They were actually not top priority in that team fight, in that little skirmish. Tower was top priority, probably worth more gold as well. Nevertheless, so Galio coming in onto that Jax, trying to help out, bring down this Nasus. Nasus just running the fuck away. However, swag flag dropping on top of the Nasus, knocking him up, hitting him with a Q from Galio as well. Mystic shot going down. That is basically an you cannot unfuck yourself from that situation. That was a 4v1. Just want to say as well, guys, sorry for a little bit of lag. If there is a little bit of lag, I'm not on my computer, so if you notice stutters or anything like that, I really apologize, but there's not a tremendous amount I can unfortunately do about it. But I'll try and do my best to make the commentary so good that you barely even notice the little bits of stuttering. But yeah, it'll be fixed for next Bronze Spectates. Well, I mean, it probably won't, but anytime I record here, it's gonna lag a little bit. So apologies for that one. Unfortunately, you know, it's not a supercomputer like the one I have at home. 34 kills in a 23-minute game is still pretty ridiculous. And red side are really starting to group up hard here. So we got some top side action going down. We did have a kill at bot lane, but we were interested in this little skirmish that's about to happen right now. So Jax taking on the Nasus and the Katarina, trying to get the fuck away. This is a 4v1 situation in top lane. But at the same time, they're putting all this pressure top. Mid lane is going to lose a tower. Was it worth it? Honestly, the Jax has got a bunch of kills, but at the end of the day, Jax is still going to be Jax. I think maybe two people could have probably sufficed for that one. Unstoppable Force does land onto the Ezreal. One man ulti coming down there. Malphite immediately giving up hope on trying to catch the Ezreal. Almost killing the Graves there. He should have definitely stuck onto that fucking Ezreal. Don't know why he ditched them. Nevertheless, picking up that Thresh kill. Galio now coming in with a Justice Punch. Doesn't land onto the Katarina. Katarina flashing. She flashed? Katarina does flash. Malphite flashing as well. Dodging that taunt as well. There is not a whole lot else that Galio can do yet. He doesn't have any abilities up that will allow him to actually get onto the team. He's got Justice Punch up now, but it's not going to be a whole lot. Crystalline Arrow just still going it straight through every single member of the blue side team there. She has really not been hitting any decent ultis this game. She's either been using them in the second it comes up, just to try and get across the map ultis, or she's been using it really defensively, which I guess is absolutely fine, but still not really doing her any favors. Nevertheless, Galio flashing at that Cataclysm, getting a taunt onto 3 different people. He's doing a lot of damage. He's picking up the double kill onto the Katarina and onto the Ashe. Is he going to be able to pick up anything onto this Graves? So Malphite has come in. He's quick drawn towards the Galio as well. The Graves now doesn't have any escapes. However, Galio is kind of out of options here. Justice Punch turns around, gets exhausted though. That's going to be the shutdown for Graves onto that Galio as well. Though top side though, the action isn't fucking over yet. The death sentence does land on the Nasus, possibly saving the Jax, who's really, really low HP. And the True Shot Barrage picking up the kill onto Nasus. Possibly, maybe, we don't really know, potentially saving that Jax from the Siphon and Strike that might have landed on his face and picked up that kill as well. So, who knows, right? We got a 5k lead, but Ezreal is really Ezreal is putting in the work. And honestly, Galio is doing really decent, and even Jarvan, who has never ever won a ranked game, hasn't won a ranked game, literally, the last time they played ranked was Season 5, and they were Bronze 5 then, so hasn't played or won a single ranked game in about 3 years. So, I'm happy that we can all witness this together. And I was kind of wondering, because this is obviously live, I really wonder, you know, what would happen if the person that was in this, let's say the Jarvan, knew the sheer level of pressure that was on them if they knew that maybe like 30,000 people were going to watch him do his final placement game. You never know, but I'm always watching. Nevertheless, Cataclysm dropping onto that Ashe. The Unstoppable Force does actually end up landing onto 2 people. The Death Loads from Karina is actually really fucking sick. However, Galio does manage to land on a lead down, dropping up to 3 people, but it doesn't matter because Thresh and Jarvan have now been both completely decimated. The taunt does land onto 3 people there as well, but Galio is not fucking gonna get out of this in any way, shape, or form. However, Ezreal is coming up. He might have seen them go over that wall, but they do have a ward. He arcane shifts over the wall. Katarina and Graves both decide this is not worth fighting for. Nas is picking up a kill onto that Jax as well, though we haven't actually seen him properly fuck the Jax in a while. The last fight as well, he pretty much chased the Jax around, but the team intervention was a little bit too strong. Alright, so we just saw a ping go on a Baron. Red side just pinged it. I don't know if they want to ward it. We got another ping. It's an assist ping coming down. I mean, they're behind already. Not by a tremendous amount. But if we're going to see any throws happening in this game, any major throws, it could be either team. It doesn't have to be red team or blue team. Like, necessarily. Either team could throw. But if it's going to happen, it will be happening on this Baron, likely. So the Cataclysm goes down onto the Graves. Graves actually doing quite a lot of damage to that Jarvan. He needs to be careful. Jarvan doesn't actually have that much in the way of tanking. He's got a Black Cleaver and a stone, Gargoyle Stone Plate. Not going to do too much though. Double kill for Graves there, picking that up, that Thresh. However, Ezreal is still completely unhindered in his fucking rampage against Red Team. He's going to Arcane Shift back from the Nasus. This drop down from Galio is going to knock up the Nasus perfectly enough so that Ezreal is going to be safe enough to get the kill as well. That was like a double kill for Ezreal. What was that? A 4 for 2 for blue side there as well, I believe. I mean, Jarvan, that would have been a lot simpler, a lot better if Jarvan had anything really tremendously like tanky. He's got a Gargoyle Stone Plate, but you know, a Black Cleaver and Warrior Enchant on his Chilling Smite thing. But damn, I think that's probably like the reality check that he needs to be a little bit more careful. Obviously, Yumu's on Graves. He's got the Warrior Enchantment as well and a Phantom Dancer. So if he goes in 1v1 versus this Jarvan, he's pretty much going to win 9 times out of 10. Probably 99 times out of 100 if it's just a straight 1v1. The damage output is just way, way too high. On top of that as well, he's 2 levels behind the Graves. He's got a decent 50 CS behind. He doesn't want to tussle with his Graves whatsoever. He just wants to build tanky. Ezreal is carrying hard enough to the point where Jarvan could pretty comfortably just build tank now alongside Galio. Galio's got that the Gargoyle Stone Plate as well. Got an Iceborne Gauntlet and he's got Rod of Ages. So it's a decent amount of tankiness. The double taunt coming out of Galio though, flashing onto Katarina and onto Graves, getting a lot of damage down. The Katarina getting picked up now. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to dive this tower? Are they going to be men? Or are they just going to like tank tower hits and really do not a whole lot? We still got Crystalline Arrow. We still got Unstoppable Force from both Malphite and Ashe. Are we going to see a big ulti though? They're sitting under tower. If they ulti that wave, Malphite could probably take these guys out. Go for the Ezreal. Go for the Ezreal. Pick up the Ezreal. Ezreal is now taking tower aggro. He's not able to take the last tower hit that would finish him off. How the Redemption does drop on it for blue side as well. Galio probably getting saved by that Redemption as well. Not a single fucking person from blue side has dropped yet. The Justice Punch going back in with the Galio. They managed to pick up that kill onto the Ashe. They're finishing off the Graves. Not a single fucking member of blue side falling, despite the fact that all of them probably fell below 100 HP at one point or another during that dive. But they're not backing. and Katarina is up. So what's gonna happen? She seems to be a little bit scared. We've got like we've got like 3 Iceborne gauntlets on fucking Blue's side. What is it with fucking Korean people in this team and building fucking Iceborne gauntlet, dude? I don't know what it is, man. We got 3 of them. There's 4 in this game. I have never seen so many Iceborne gauntlets in my life. Is this the new Korean meta that we're seeing in the Bronze 5? Jesus Christ. Maybe that's why none of them died to terror, because 3 of them had Iceborne gauntlets, so they were completely fine. No, only 2 of them did, sorry. Galio and Ezreal. That's why they survived that terror. But yeah, honestly, that tower dive was probably pretty devastating for Red Side, if I'm being honest. The fact that they didn't even pick up a single kill, they lost the tower and like lost 4 men. It cannot feel good. I mean, obviously they could have played it a little bit better, maybe. But at the same time, Ezreal was a sitting duck under that tower. He was taking tower hit after tower hit, and he still didn't fall. And every member of the team just got a little bit close to death. Maybe a little bit of focus, actual. Oh no! Unable to download Spectates data. No! There's no fucking way that this is happening again. If I don't get to see how this ends, I'll be sad. Well, that crashed again. I just tried to get it back. This entire video started with a story, and that was the story of the Jarvan. So you'll be happy to hear that since me trying to fix this shit that crashed, Jarvan won his game. That's right, the game didn't last a whole lot longer, a couple extra minutes. But, I mean, you can probably see where this was going. Both side pretty much ran a fucking train through them. And Jarvan won, so he won one of his 9 placement games. And got placed in Bronze 5. So, good job, Jarvan. Bronze 5, not too fucking bad. Am I right? Anyway, see you guys later. Sorry for that. Riot, please fix your replays, because I'm fucking sick of this shit. Every other Bronze Spectate having to end early, because this is awful. It's really awful. If any of you guys have any alternatives to op.gg or anything that are reliable and work well, apart from sending me them, because if you send me them, they work perfect, but they expire every patch. Every single patch, they expire, and I can't use them. So, I'm kind of fucking out of ideas at this point, but I love the series and I love doing them, but they're just really annoying to make, aren't they? They're really annoying. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a good one.